Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It is long time no see, and I'll tell you what. You're probably going to notice every once in a while that I've got some missing enamel or parts of my teeth because I had a bunch of dental work done a few years ago, and they told me, well, this is only going to be temporary. You need to get some crowns and do some other junk. And well, COVID-19 came around, and all of a sudden, all the dentists were closed, and I had all these fillings pop out. And so you'll see one right here, and there's another one right here where they're in the middle of doing a root canal and preparing the final crown for the tooth. But right now, I look a little bit like I belong on the show Tiger King. But this video is not about that. And yes, it's been a while since I made videos, and I talked before about that in the video where, my girlfriend, has stage 3B lung cancer, and so I've kind of been putting a lot of my energy there. I really quit gaming. Not quit gaming, but I quit participating in a lot of them, and just have really been participating in some games where, I'm not the game master. I can kind of just show up and do those sorts of things, and it's been fun. For a little while, I just didn't do anything, but RPG a Day is coming up. I think August 1st is when we have to start doing those, and it'll be fun to kind of get back on that wagon. But anyhow, that's not what this is about. But I tell you what, when you have those little gaps in your teeth or whatever, it's great because it's coronavirus time, so nobody knows. Anyhow, what's this example about? I wanted to talk about this for a while now, and I just never got around to making the video because busy. And we were playing Leagues of Cthulhu. I was broadcasting on this channel, and we had gotten a few sessions in when stuff happened, and I had to tell the guys, hey, I need to quit this for a while. And anyhow, we played the last session we played. I had a bunch of hyenas show up and attack the party, and it was a thing where this was something that probably was going to happen. They were going to be in this area, and there was a chance that this might happen, and so it did. And next thing you know, they were accosted by a bunch of hyenas. Now, what did I do wrong? Well, the encounter started out, there was X number of hyenas, there were X number of party members, and what have you, and I did something that I've done a million times in Dungeons and Dragons, especially the old school like hex crawl and dungeon crawl and what have you. One hyena attacks each person, right? And so it's kind of fair, or everybody gets a thing to do, or whatever happens to be, and they fight them. It's a bit of a pitched battle. They win, hooray! Nobody dies, and we can move on. And I think the episode might have stopped right around there because that was pretty harrowing. What did I do wrong? Well, it's not how hyenas act. And in my falling back on these old habits, I didn't take into account, well, what would hyenas really do? Maybe I was tired that night. Maybe, who knows? Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I thought about it afterwards. I said, man, well, what would I have had them do? What would be the thing that hyenas would do? Because I talked with Anthony Boyd a long time ago about representing creatures and monsters and stuff in Ubiquity because the stats aren't as giantly separated as they are in something like D&D or what have you. And it's a matter of like, well, how does this creature actually act? How do they actually behave? Those are a lot of things that make them dangerous when you play them that way. And so what would a bunch of hyenas do? Well, they would pick off the weakest member, somebody that wasn't getting away fast enough, that sort of thing. And, looking back on it, that's what I should have had happen. Would I feel bad as a game master? Oh man, it's really kind of going badly for this guy whose horse rolled poorly or whatever. Or the guy was probably on the pony. I think somebody was not good enough at riding and he just ended up on a pony. But realistically, that's what would have happened. That's what the hyenas should have done. And then things could have played out from there. And of course, more than likely, unless they really hated this guy, they could go and try to come to his rescue. But that's what hyenas would do. They would worry this person. They would worry the horse, try to separate them from everybody else, and then take them down rather easily because that's what they do. And so, I learned a lesson that day that sometimes these old habits can come up, various habits from whatever game we happen to play, and all of a sudden we're inserting that into something else, and it doesn't work out, or it doesn't, you come away from it feeling unsatisfied and wondering, geez, what was wrong there? And I kind of figured out what was wrong there, and it was a valuable learning experience. So that's my thought for today, and have a good one, kids, and I will definitely see you for RPG a Day in August. I'm really looking forward to that, and maybe I'll make a couple of videos before then and try to get my feet wet again and get my mojo back. Talk to you guys later. Take it easy. How do I turn this thing off? Come on, man. There's an X there. Do I want to stop streaming? Yes, I do. I'm so good at this. Take it easy.